In this class, we are going to start with a new unit which is plant physiology. In this unit, we will learn about the functional aspects of the plant, like how the plants absorb various nutrients, minerals from the soil. Later, how the minerals are transported to various parts of the plant, how the water is transported to various parts of the plant, and also food transport. That we will be learning in the chapter Transport in Plants. And in the plant physiology, the next chapters are mineral nutrition, then photosynthesis, then respiration, and later we will also learn about plant hormones, plant growth regulators. So, right, this unit is all about learning the functional aspects of the plant. So, in that there are 5 chapters. We are going to start with the first chapter, which is transport in plants. Before entering with the chapter, let's understand some important scientists and their work. Father of plant physiology is Stephen Hales. Father of plant physiology in India is Jagadish Chandra Bose. And J.C. Bose is one of important person. He generated electromagnetic waves of shorter wavelength. And J.C. Bose has designed 2 instruments. The first instrument is coherer. Coherer is the instrument which detects the radio waves. And the second instrument is crescograph. It records growth, plant growth, even millionth part of millimeter. And Mr. Bose has also proposed pulsation theory. He proposed pulsation theory. So this theory explains the bioelectric responses in plants. That means how cells will expand, how the cells will contract. So all that explanation we will be getting from the theory, pulsation theory. And next, he established a research institute in Kolkata, which is Bose Research Institute. And he published 2 books. Bose has published 2 books. One is Researches on Irritability of Plants, and another book is Nervous Mechanism in Plants. So let's start with the chapter Transport in Plants. So in this chapter, we will learn about how the various materials are transported within the plant by using various kinds of transport mechanisms. So first we will understand what are the materials which are frequently transported in the plant. The first one is water. You know that the root absorbs water from the soil, and this water from the root, it has to be transported to the shoot system, right? So water is one important material which has to be transported in a plant. The second important material is minerals. Even minerals have to be transported from one cell to the other cell, from root to the shoot system. The next one is food materials. We already know that food is prepared in the leaves. So generally the leaves are the source of the food, because these are the places where food is synthesized. Now from here, from the leaf, the food has to be transported to various parts of the plant. Now imagine from the leaf, the food has to be transported to the root, because root cannot synthesize the food. So again, the food has to be transported to various places, to the root, or wherever the food is required, to the growing regions. To all these growing regions, the food has to be transported. The next important thing which has to be transported in the plants is plant growth regulators, or we are calling it as plant growth hormones or chemicals. So these are the chemicals which are frequently transported in the plant, and these chemicals are useful for the plant growth. That is why they are called as plant growth regulators. So generally in a plant, which kind of materials to be transported means water has to be transported, minerals has to be transported, food materials has to be transported, and also plant growth regulators or plant growth hormones should be transported from one location to the other region. Now let's see what kind of transport is available. So in the plant, there are two means of transport. So for these materials to be transported, so there is some means of transport. So what is that means of transport is? The first one is short distance transport. Second one is long distance transport. That means if the materials, ఇప్పుడు మనం చెప్పుకున్న మెటీరియల్స్ చిన్న చిన్న దూరాలకు వెళ్ళాలంటే the short distance transport is useful. Now చిన్న చిన్న దూరాలు అంటే ఏంటి? What is this short distances? Imagine the materials have to move within the cell. ఇప్పుడు imagine the materials have to move within the cell. Cell లోపలనే మూవ్ అవ్వాలి. Within the cell. That is a short distance transport. Imagine the materials have to move from one cell to the other cell, which is again a short distance. Or the materials have to move from intercellular spaces. Cell ki madhyala space ni intercellular spaces antam. So if the materials have to move from intercellular spaces into the cell, that is also what? A short distance transport. If the materials have to move from intercellular spaces to the atmosphere, into the atmosphere, then we calling it as short distance transport. That means what? Short distance transport means here this kind of a transport is useful for transferring the materials in short distances, like within the cell, or from one cell to the other cell, or from intercellular spaces into the cell, or intercellular spaces to the atmosphere. So such kind of a transport which is used for short distances is short distance transport. But our short distance transport, the first one is cytoplasmic streaming or protoplasmic streaming or cyclosis. Now let's understand it. So what is this cytoplasmic streaming is? So in generally eukaryotes, so imagine this is one cell I am highlighting. In eukaryotic cells, there is a process which is cytoplasmic streaming. That means cytoplasm will be moving. So the cytoplasm inside the cell will be moving, or the protoplasm will be moving. Why it is moving? There is a reason for that. So there is some interaction which is happening between myosin, actin and the remaining organelles. So because of that interaction, so totally finally the cytoplasm started moving. So this is what you have to remember. Now when the cytoplasm moves, imagine there is some material, some sodium here, imagine. So when the cytoplasm is moving, automatically the sodium got some movement, and that is why even sodium is also moving inside the cytoplasm and reaching to the different place inside the cell. అంటే ఈ సైటోప్లాజం మూవ్ అవడం వల్ల అక్కడ ఉన్నటువంటి అందులో ఉన్న పార్టికల్స్ కూడా ఒక రీజన్ నుంచి ఇంకొక రీజన్ కి విత్ ఇన్ ద సెల్ మూవ్ అవుతున్నాయి. సో సచ్ కైండ్ ఆఫ్ ఎ మూవ్మెంట్ ఈజ్ నోన్ యాజ్ cytoplasmic streaming or protoplasmic streaming or cyclosis. Means cytoplasmic is moving. When it moves, the particles or the materials present in that cell will also get some movement, and they also start moving inside this cytoplasm. So this particular mechanism is also helping for the movement of materials within the cell. So this is one technique.